Alright, hello everyone, this is Str8UpGreen from WGT Golf Blood and Fire Golf Club. Today we are going to cover some wedge play. The wedges, I think, are the bread and butter of this game. If you don't have 3 wedges equipped and you're at that certain level, you need to get 3 wedges equipped, let me tell you. I think when you first start out this game, keeping the hybrid's okay for a while, but once you get up there where you can get your 3-iron to hit 225 or 220, it's time to get rid of that hybrid and get 3 wedges. All right, and I explained some of that in my video I did last month on recommended clubs. That video will explain to you what clubs to buy that are available today from starting out all the way until you can't buy clubs anymore because you already bought everything there is to buy. All right, so now today we're going to focus on wedges. So let's go. What I recommended in that video, by the way, was to buy the 3 Vokey wedges, and let's look at those real quick. So we're going to go to clubs, and we're going to go to wedges, and we're going to look at what did I say, the Vokey, right? And by the way, I don't have Vokeys. The title is Vokey wedges, and you go here, you look at, there's a 64 degrees, 60 yards, 60 degrees. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's the wrong Vokeys, my bad. Let's get to the right Vokeys. Don't make that mistake yourself. So 64, 60 yard, 60 degree, 80 yard, 56 degree, 100 yard club. No need to buy the 115. That's just not in this plan. So 100, 80, 60 yards. That's what you need. Those are the distances I recommend that you play. And right now, Vokey is the best setup for that. Buy the Vokeys, those 3. It's probably good for you. All right. If you want a different option on this Vokey 100, they have, and I just bought this club too. It's a great club. This Jaws, 56 degree. It's 100 yards. It's got better precision and that. So it's a really nice club. I love it, and I'm going to show it to you today. When I was starting out, they didn't have these Vokeys, so I don't own Vokeys. I own other clubs, and I'll show those to you in a minute. Let's in fact go look at them now. So my wedges are I have this Cleveland you can't get anymore. It's my 60 yard club. I have this Callaway Mac Daddy. That's my 80 yard club, and I have this brand new Callaway Jaws toe thing, and it is my 100 yard club. Okay, and 60, 80, 100 is what I'm trying to stress here. The alternative is you can buy the 50, 75, 100 yard combination of wedges. You can pick those out yourself. Just find the highest levels you can find and equip those. But I like the 60, 80, 100, and I'm going to show you why here in a second. So let's get to that. Go to game modes. We will go to single player, and we're going to go find us a nice random place to go play. Let's pick that page. Random. Championship. Easy, fine. Put on, and leave that moderate. It's good to go. Just gonna look at some wedges here anyway. Alright. And they put me on the first hole. That's okay. It's fine. First of all, I have abilities on, but abilities I only use for my driver and my 3-wood to get further. All my regular irons and wedges and putter and all that stuff, I put no abilities on those. I don't equip apparel that will put abilities on those because I like the consistency of having those always the same. But I do like getting a little bit of distance on my driver and 3-wood, so I do that. and I just don't feel like readjusting my bag right now to take those off.
That's a huge drive.
Okay, great. All right, I'm about 87 yards out, just so I can make this a cleaner demonstration of a 100-yard club. Let's just chip it back a little bit. Don't do this at home. No, I'm kidding. I had one guy admonish me for making jokes while doing this, because he said he wanted to learn how to play golf. He didn't want to listen to jokes, so I try to refrain. All right, so 97 yards. We got a little wind to my face, so a little bit of wind to my face might come into play back, 100 yards or greater than 100 yards. When I get in closer, that wind's not going to make hardly any difference in elevation or escalation. Really don't make a lot of difference either. So I'm not going to really put much on this. I will probably hit this I could hit it at 98. I'll probably hit it at 98. Give it just a tad bit for that left to right wind. Not much. And, get my 100-yard club out and hit it 98. Well, by the way, when I say I'm going to hit it 98, for my wedges, the reason I like 180 and 60 is that if I hit it full, it's 100. Almost, it might be 104 or something like that, but it's close enough to 100. And this would be 90, and this would be 80, right? So, and then from 80, I wouldn't even hit this club for 80. I would just pull out my 80 wedge, and then my 80 wedge would go 80, 70, 60, and then my 60 would go 60, 50, 40. And so it's just like so symmetrical that you don't have to think when you're playing this game, man, on wedges. So here we go, 98. So that's 90, 100, so 98, right about there, and hit it. I missed it a little bit, but I'm still 2 yards within it, right? So let's do that again. Just take my time and not miss hit it. Hit it at 98. I'm not much of a dinger, so but there you go. See, and that's right up on the cup, not 2 yards away, but right on it, right? So let's take a mulligan, come back, get a little closer, see if we can get something around the 80-yard range. So for my 60-yard club, okay, so this would be 20, 25, 28. Let's see if that works. All right, put me at 64. I would hit my, I might actually put top spin on my 60-yard club to hit this. So I'm going to go back just a little bit. And just kind of dribble it back a little. So have a good 67. Definitely I would hit this 80-yard club with a 67. But let's get it into, just bear with me. I'm just going to try to get this just a little bit further back. Actually, that's what. Around the 70 range. Oh, I just hit it closer? What the heck? There, 79. It's perfect. All right, so I'm 79 yards out, and I have a little wind, same as before, and a little left to right. So I'm going to just adjust for that. And I'll probably hit this right at 80. Because, you know, it's going up and I got some wind, and it doesn't impact as much at those lower level clubs, so let's just hit it at 80, see what happens. I hit a little early. Every time you hit early, it goes short. That's 3 yards, I could put that in, but that's not what I want to show you. But let's try to ding this thing. Yeah, hit it early again. Got closer though, and so it got closer. That's a good little lesson there though. You know, if you hit early, you don't go as far. Usually if I hit late, it'll go a little further than it does when I hit early. Alright, so, and another little tip, if you really want to stretch out, get a little more distance, put some topspin on it, right? If that wind and that elevation is messing you up, put a little topspin and go a little further. So there you go, right? So I'm 2 yards, that's a pretty good shot. And the thing about the club I'm using here, it's not my favorite club in the bag, but it's been there forever and it's pretty consistent. So I'm going to put more topspin because I just don't seem to be stretching through that wind. Yeah, that's good. But anyways, I'm not really thinking that hard. I'm just kind of hitting at the distances, right? So let's hit a little bit more. We'll get a little bit different distance and angle. So you can see. All right, 69. So again, I have a little bit of wind and a little left to right. So 69 on this club. This is 80, 70, 69 is right about there. And because there's that wind, I might give it 70, 71. And boom. Automatic. I don't have to think about it. I'm not calculating, I'm not doing anything. I'm just using the club distance to help me. That 60-80-100 symmetry is great. By the way, you'll notice I have these little dashes on my swing meter. It doesn't come out, you know, when you first start up, you don't get this, but I have a shot pal enabled, right? So I can go to my settings and enable my shot pal, my putter pal, shot pal and putter pal, and that puts those little dash marks on your swing meter. Excuse me. So you have to be in a club, a golf club like Blood and Fire, and they have to have a level. The club's level needs to be like 3 or 4 for you to get these, and they come free just by being a member of the club. So if you're not in a club, I recommend you either join a club or you can create your own club. It's not very expensive to create your own club, by the way. You can create your own club and invite some people to it and raise it up to level 3, and you'll get this for free. You can also rent it from the pro shop, but it's not permanent like it is with a club. So you rent it and then it goes away after some time. That's not optimal. All right, so let's get this up here, and we'll do some 60-yard wedge play. Okay, I got that to 42, so I'm going to go to my 60 wedge, and now wind's going to come in less, much less, because the closer I get, the less that wind matters. So I'm going to just put very little adjustment for that, and I'm just going to hit. So this is on the 60 yard, this is 60, this is 50, this is 45, this is 40. So I'm going to go, what, 42, that's 42, and just hit it, see what happens. Didn't get the heartbeats, but I got up there within 3 yards. So let's do it again. And 62. All right, let's just add just a little for the wind. So the 60 degree has more spin on it, so sometimes you have to hit a little bit more when you're going uphill or into the wind. The reverse is true. If you're going with the wind and it's downhill, then you want to take a little more off of it. You got to watch out for these shorter clubs with the spin, especially on greens that slope backwards. You might want to put a little top spin on it, right? Keep it from spinning backwards if the green slopes back down, you know. And top spin makes it go further, but it also keeps it from spinning back. Backspin makes it go less further, but we'll spin it back. So keep that in mind. Let me play this. All right, so 2 yards, and I'm just not even focusing on it. I'm just hitting it up there. But as you can see, I'm getting within good putting distance every time, and I'm not really even thinking about it too much. So boom, right up
on the dance floor.
Yes, I am. One more time. Let's try a different angle here. $40 yards. I'm going to do this like I would play it for real. All right, well, that's 2 yards within. So, I mean, anytime anytime you're playing with wedges, you want to be within that 2 yard range, because let me tell you, some 3 yarders and beyond that, those can be some knee knockers on the fast greens, and it's easy to miss a putt from that
Solid
distance,
putt.
right? Generally 2 yards. 1 yard or 0 yards, of course, is doable. Not always, but some 2 yards putts can give you some trouble too, depending on the lie on the green.
That's a huge
So
drive.
let's play some real world example here. I'll just kind of mishit. Yeah, there's no fairway here. It's close. Let's put it right there then. say I'm at 97 yards, 19 up, a little left to right wind. Yeah, I've got quite a bit of elevation, so I'll probably hit that about 99. And as you can see, I didn't even really try that much. I just knew exactly what to do, and it's right there, 1 yard from the hole. Let's try a different one. The reason I'm going through this is just to show you I'm not really staging this. I'm just, I don't rehearse these videos that I do. I just kind of do them.
That's a huge drive.
Alright, so let's make this a little short one. Okay, so I'm 38 yards out. Test at home, what would I use? Well, my 60, of course. Where would I hit it? I'm got quite a bit of wind now. You know, I got like 70 yards of wind in my face. And you know, when I hit these, you know, I notice the wind's coming from right to left, but the green is sloping from left to right. Sometimes I let the wind just kind of go if it does that, and really not adjust for the wind too much at all. Like I said, the closer you get in, the less that wind comes into play. So I might hit this at 38. This is 40. I'll just hit it at 39 and see what happens. And yep, 1 yard from the hole. It's like automatic. I did do a video called 5-Finger Death Punch that talked about punches with wedges. And since I'm on this wedge, I'll just give an example of that. We'll hit one up here. Oops, I wanted to get closer than that. So I'm 24, let's get just a little bit closer. I want to get within 20 yards. That's what I'm trying to do. Although I can punch from here, it's perfectly fine. Alright, 20 yards. And why do I want to be at 20 yards? Because I want to use a distance that is almost exactly on the number here. So here's 20 yards. So with a punch, I usually put full backspin. And on my 50-yard punch, this is my 60-yard wedge, but it's 50 yards when you punch. This first bold line here is 5, the next one's 10, this is 15, this is 20. All right, now it's a little uphill. The green's coming a little bit this way. So that's 20, right? And because I put full backspin in, I'm going to put a couple extra yards. So maybe 24 or 23, something like that. Just to accommodate. If I didn't put any backspin on it, I'd just hit it at the 20.
On the dance floor.
And that's a punch shot. And see, I'm about a foot from the hole. Let's look at that. I always put full backspin on it. Let's look at it without the backspin. And I wouldn't hit it quite as far without backspin. See, and the reason I like to put backspin on it is it stops it like a dime. Where you normal punch it, depends on the green, it might roll away from you. And that's the difference for me. So I put full backspin on. I just for the roll of the green a little bit, and then punch it.
On the dance floor.
And usually get in pretty close to the hole. So that's wedges. That's why I choose 60, 80, 100 wedges for that symmetry where I can get out to 100 yards. Beyond that, I go to my 120 wedge, which is part of my irons, and my iron play is a different story. Maybe I'll do a video one day on my iron play, but this is wedges, and hopefully you got something out of this. This is Straight Up Green. Have a great day. It's a great day to have one out here.